Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and here we have a replay between LzGaMeR, he's the red Terran on the top of Metalopolis, and Liquid Ret, the blue Zerg on the right side of the map. And they are at close flying positions here. Let me tell you a little bit more about each player. Liquid Ret, Brood War foreign pro gamer, not a pro gamer. Well, actually he did live in the Eastro house for a while in South Korea, so he's about as pro as a foreigner's ever been at Brood War, and now he is flown to South Korea and is going to play in the GSL 3 qualifiers along with his teammates Jinro, HeyPro, and Huck. And he is just a very badass Zerg in StarCraft 2, and he's a member of Team Liquid, as you can see there. And LzGaMeR recently got third place in the EG Masters Cup series, and he did pretty well over at MLG as well. He's been to all three of them, Raleigh, DC, and Dallas. He's a very good Terran player. He had a very strong presence in the beta. He's showed that he's really a big fan of Thors, and especially against Zerg. Thors are still pretty strong units, so going to be exciting to see what goes on in this best of 3 series. And I have not watched these replays yet, so even I do not really know what's going to occur. And a barracks is going down here at the bottom of the ramp for LzGaMeR. Normally, obviously, against a Zerg opponent, Terran like to do wall-offs so that they don't get run by Zerglings. Ret, of course, could just crank out some lings and run right up that ramp, terrorize the SCV line, but instead he hasn't built anything at all. He's going to wait until he's got 300 minerals, actually went over 300 minerals, decided not to expo first even though he sent a drone down there, and is getting a spawning pool and gas right away instead of a hatchery. So I'm not sure what he saw that made him think that. Possibly this Overlord scouted that barracks down at the bottom of the ramp, and Ret decided pool first would be the way to go. Actually, that second barracks, of course, is really what set him off. So instead of building that hatch first, probably would have been a mistake. The build that LzGaMeR is doing here looks pretty aggressive in nature. He's getting 2 barracks right away, so Ret, being on top of things, cancels his plans. It looked like, he did have over 300 minerals and a drone down there, so I'm sure he was going to expand. Instead, he does get that spawning pool up. It's nearly finished now. He even has gas going with all 3 drones there, so not sure if he's going to be getting Zergling speed or a Baneling nest first. Obviously, Banelings do quite well against Marines. Actually, wow, he's going for that Roach Warren, not Banelings. So, LzGaMeR making Marines as expected. The first one's already out here. An SCV comes along for the ride as well. Not sure what that's about. He does have an SCV scouting around in the base of Ret as well. And yeah, a couple Marines just cranking out as many as he can there. He's got that orbital command. He has not built a single gas yet. I've seen LzGaMeR do a build like this in the past where he just gets minerals only for a very long time, but I believe the last time I saw him do that, he got wrecked by Void Rays. So obviously Ret is not going to be building any Void Rays, but Metalisks could give him a similar problem, except they don't charge up. Anyway, first Roach coming out for Ret now. Looks like LzGaMeR is planning to go a little bit more defensive than I initially thought. He's bunkering up at his natural and throwing up an expansion. Ret also expanding here, even though he hasn't really seen LzGaMeR expanding. Oh, he didn't even see that second barracks. Wow, everything I said earlier was invalidated. Sweet. Awesome stuff. But both players now expanding, so both players going to be pretty equal in economy until LzGaMeR gets that orbital command up. There was a scouting ling there, just got picked off by some Marines. He loads up in the bunker, goes and sets down another second bunker here to help defend that command center. Ret, on the other hand, what is he doing? He's got his second hatch nearly finished here. Hasn't really created a lot of stuff yet, not a lot of units, just a couple of lings, a couple of roaches. His unit count, oh, he did send 1 roach up there, I'm not sure why. But the unit count, we've got 24 drones against 18 SCVs, 9 Marines against 1 Ling and 1 Roach. So Ret just droning for the entire first part of this game. There he even sends a few drones over to the natural as soon as it finishes, and he starts making more drones. Surprise, surprise. He's also getting a lair up now. Still only on 1 gas. Not a lot of stuff you can do with a lair on that 1 gas, except upgrade that roach speed and maybe even tunneling claws and burrow. We'll see what he chooses to do. If he does want to go hydralisks or metalisks, he's gonna need a second gas at least, and probably the third and fourth to be able to support any kind of giant army. So this SCV is getting attacked by a single Ling. One more hit and he will explode. Let's see. There it is. And one Roach just walking around. Rhett just keeps bouncing around his base, and LzGaMER's. LZ drops a scan, sees that there's like hardly any units. Speedlings are done, so Rhett did get that speed upgrade. The lair is nearly finished. We'll see what he chooses to spend his next gas on. He is getting that second extractor now, and a third one. LzGaMER moving now with lots of Marines down this road. Rhett does not have a ton of stuff to defend here. As you can see, he's only got some Speedlings, a single Roach, and a Queen. Does not even have Spine Crawlers. Oh, here's the second Queen as well. Whoa, LzGaMER turning around. Not sure what he saw that spooked him. Maybe he dropped a scan. No, didn't even drop a scan at the natural, or he would have seen all that creep there. So, not positive what scared him. Maybe he just saw this Overlord floating over his base and wanted to get that free kill. Nope, he's loading up in the bunkers. He even salvaged 2 of them. Yeah, I really don't know what he saw that freaked him out. But now Rhett sending about 16 Lings this way, probably not going to be able to do much damage at all against this many Marines, especially this many well-fortified Marines. Here he starts running around, already losing a Ling with no damage done for himself. The Marines do finally come over and pop this Overlord, so Rhett going to be taking a little bit of a supply hit, but he's okay. He's got enough Overlords for the time being. But now that that lair is finished, is he dropping a second Roach Warren? Are you kidding? He's getting a second Roach Warren. Did he not know that he had a Roach Warren? And an Evolution Chamber. So unless he's got both upgrades rolling at the same time, there's no need to have a second Roach Warren. And actually, who was it telling me about a 2 Roach Warren build? I think Gretorp, of all people, said that he might try to publicize a 2 Roach Warren build just so he can get both of these upgrades right when the lair finishes. And he is getting... He's getting Roach Speed right away out of that second Roach Warren. He must have just completely forgotten that this existed. Until he gets like Tunneling Claws here, then I'm convinced that he just totally forgot that he already had a Roach Warren. That's pretty interesting to see. Pretty big mistake there for a player of Rhett's caliber, and maybe he'll realize later. I don't know. But, oh, and Rhett is Dutch, by the way, if you guys didn't know that. He is a European player now living in South Korea for the GSL3. Oh, LzGaMER lucky. He actually has all these units here to protect against the Speedlings of Rhett. They're not really going to have anywhere to go with all these Marines just hanging out. So he tries to do a run by, maybe he tries to kill some SCVs. I'll try and count the explosions. There goes one SCV. Pretty sure that's going to be the only SCV that goes down here. A Marine actually goes down, so that's nice for him. Oh, and a Thor is out, so LzGaMER was getting a couple of factories with tech labs and an armory up, and Rhett actually expanded here at his third base. So I mentioned at the beginning of the game, LzGaMER's a big fan of Thors. Not surprised to see this guy at all. That second Roach Warren's still a little confusing though, and no, he's not researching Tunneling Claws at the second one, so pretty obvious to me now that it was indeed a mistake. He's getting a second Evolution Chamber, which is a lot more forgivable because you can do so many upgrades at one time. LzGaMER scouting around with a Hellion, making sure Rhett isn't on 5 bases. He is probably going to end up seeing this in a moment here. We'll just follow the Hellion since not a lot else is going on. If you look at the production tab, LzGaMER's got 2 Thors rolling right now, as well as vehicle weapons and another command center, so he wants to take his third base as well soon. Rhett just building Overlords and Roaches for the time being. If he didn't know that he had a Roach Warren already, I feel like that might have cost him some Roaches early in the game. Like, he could have been building Roaches constantly. Instead, he's building them after he gets a lair and another Roach Warren. God, that's just so interesting to see for me, that second Roach Warren accident. But LzGaMER adding on 2 more factories now. Looks like Heavy Mech is the ticket for him today. He's got 4 Thors on the field already, 2 protecting his base, 2 protecting his natural. Not sure how active he's been with the scans. He saw this base with his Hellion, hasn't scanned the natural ever. Saw the first Roach Warren, but didn't see the second Roach Warren and the 2 Evo chambers. Rhett doing a good job here with creep spread. You can see these tumors all over the place. He's got pretty much full macro machine going right now. He's at 143 supply, 147 supply. He even built a second hatchery here at his natural. LzGaMER, on the other hand, only at 117 food, and he hasn't lost anything this game. Like, if we check units lost, he's only lost 5 units for 500 resources. I mean, he should be much higher, but he is spending so many resources on these Thors. Thors, of course, able to take out Roaches pretty well unless they're surrounded, and I feel like Rhett might actually be able to surround some Thors with this huge number of Roaches. He's even taking a 4th base now, while LzGaMER has to kill an Overlord before he can land his 3rd command center there. So Rhett is on the move now. He's got his speed roaches. They do not have burrow or tunneling claws. More Zerglings being created right now. Looks like Rhett is just doing mineral dumps for the time being there. You can see he's under 100 minerals. He does have quite a lot of gas still, though. Meeting up his two armies here outside of LzGaMeR's third. He's just going to pop over. Actually, he doesn't even need to pop over to see that there's no base here. His Overlord already pooping creep. Sees all that there is to see. Rhett now on the warpath. He's got quite a lot of roaches here. He's got about 30 roaches, and these speedlings here going to be able to sneak in the back and keep these Thors in place for this huge number of roaches. The roach number is dwindling quickly. As I said earlier, Thors do quite well against them. They actually do 33 damage a shot, and they do 2 attacks at a time. These roaches only have 145 health, so they go down pretty quickly. E.g. LzGaMeR scouting around now with his floating barracks. Not sure what he's going to be able to see. He will obviously see this hatchery right now, but don't know what else is going to go on. 2 roaches actually sneak into the back here. Did I miss something? I'm going to go back just about 30 seconds to see what Rhett did. And it looks like when those speedlings surrounded the Thors earlier, 4 roaches snuck in the back mineral line here, almost killed a tank. Maybe they actually do succeed in killing a tank. I don't know why LzGaMeR isn't just shooting them. Tanks do a lot of damage, especially versus armored there. And he pulls a bunch of SCVs to repair this tank back up. It's going to be able to clean out the rest of these roaches. But lots of mining time lost there and a tank lost for LzGaMeR. However, Rhett did have to back off here at his main attack against this third base. The Thors were pretty much just too much to handle. There are some siege tanks in position now as well, so he's going to be able to defend that third pretty easily. Lots of infestors out now for Liquid Rhett. He's getting 2 more right now. He's getting Neural Parasite. Does he have the... no, he does not have the pathogen glands just yet, and that is, of course, the upgrade that allows infestors to start with more energy as soon as they hatch. Looks like at the Evo chamber... he doesn't really have enough gas to really do anything else because he got so many infestors. So looking forward to seeing some good fungals. Neural Parasite, of course, we just saw that was researching, so he'll probably be able to mind control those Thors and just do a great deal of damage with them to LZ's own units. We'll just have to see. But lots of speedlings being created as a mineral dump. Like I said, once your gas builds up too much and you're on 4 bases like Rhett is, he doesn't even have any drones down here at his 4th, but you know, speedlings always be building something. Use your larva, and that's what Rhett subscribes to. So he's at max army right now. He's at 199. LzGaMeR only at 138. He built all these lings and sent them all the way up the ramp. It's not walled off, as we know from earlier, so these lings actually are able to do some damage. Oh, and Rhett actually did a drop there, not run up the ramp. That's interesting. Oh, and now he's loaded up a bunch of roaches. He's building a spire too. So Rhett just all over the place with his strategies. He's even getting adrenal glands. He got that hive up after the infestation pit. Might be seeing Ultralisk Cavern placed at some point. Now that that spire is building, he might also be going for the greater spire. We'll see what he chooses to do with his hive tech. Just getting lots of upgrades for the time being. Terran vehicle weapons level 3 are really going to help LzGaMeR to try and defend this Doom Drop here. And I don't really know what the technical definition of a Doom Drop is. To me, it's just Overlords dropping things. So I'll look that up later in case we have any semantics nerds out there. And this armory being focus fired by the roaches, I believe it is going to go down. Yes, not enough SCVs there repairing. So the roach is able to kill off that key tech structure, the armory. LzGaMER is going to have to rebuild that if he wants to keep producing Thors. These roaches are starting to go down, but there's really only 1 Thor here. I don't know why. LzGaMER looks like the majority of his army is at his gold base right now. These roaches might even be able to kill this Thor. No, it doesn't look like it. There's actually a lot of SCVs coming now to help repair this guy, and these roaches are slowly but surely going to be eliminated. Rhett doesn't even bother trying to pick them up. Instead, he's moving his main army now. Infestors in the front, lots of roaches in the back. Yes, LzGaMER's army is here. He's not biting on that diversion. He's able to clean it up slowly but surely. He does lose a few depots in the process, but now Rhett on the move does some great neural parasites there on those Thors. Look at all those Thors and tanks being taken over, just blasting everything that isn't mind controlled right away. All these roaches and infestors just able to do whatever they want, and as the neural parasite drops, the roaches are already surrounding these units and are able to kill them off extremely quickly. So that was a huge swing in supply. If you check this out, Rhett is at 184, LzGaMER only at 104. Even though he just killed that Overlord, it's just a very minor victory for LzGaMER before these Marines just get slaughtered by roaches. Only 3 Marines remaining there. You know, drones might even be able to defend against that. But Rhett just takes out this gold base, takes out any hope LzGaMeR had of keeping those Thors alive. Neural Parasite, do not see it too much in retail. It was huge in the beta because it actually had an unlimited... it actually lasted until the infestor died or the unit died, and obviously now it's only about 20 seconds, I believe, 15 seconds, and that's in-game seconds. That's not even real time. So oh, some good tank positioning here for LzGaMeR is going to allow him to stay alive a little longer. Infestors are getting just decimated here. This one with full energy, unable to get a neural parasite off. Not sure what happened there. Rhett just not microing to his fullest. Sort of loses more units than he needed to there, but I think he'll be alright. There's only 4 Hellions left for LzGaMeR. Whoa, look at all these corruptors here. I haven't really been paying attention back at Rhett's base. He does have an Ultralisk Cavern down and a Greater Spire. He might not even need it though, since he just has an overwhelming food advantage right now. If these Vikings land, they get killed by the Roaches. If they don't, they get killed by the Corruptors. Look how many Broodlords are morphing right now. 11 Broodlords just right over the top of LzGaMeR's base. When 11 Broodlords are morphing over your main, you've pretty much lost the game, I'll just tell you that. And that last Thor does go down there. SCV's trying to battle these Roaches. Rhett at 191 food, LzGaMeR at 84. We can see 4 Ultralisks and 11 Broodlords morphing right now. They are popping out now, shooting Broodlings immediately, and LzGaMeR really just has no hope at this point and calls GG. So wow, that was pretty impressive stuff by Rhett. He was a little bit outgunned over at his first attack at this third of LzGaMeR, but he, you know, regrouped, changed strategy a little bit, started pumping out some infestors, got that neural parasite upgrade, and basically just took the game over with that huge encounter over at the gold. He didn't even get pathogen glands the entire game, but he did have 2 Roach Warrens. So maybe that's a new pro strat. He never got Tunneling Claws either, so it's definitely a mistake. But anyway, very well played by Rhett. This is a best of 3 series, so I'll go ahead and cast the next game in the series.